afternoon, folks. This is Deb Delapiana, and this is your Shut the Fuck Up Express. You know what? We're gonna talk about Josh Hawley first, who spoke, I believe it was yesterday, at the National Conservatism Conference, where he spoke about how the left is trying to reshape America by getting rid of men. Now, I find, on its face, that whole conversation fucking stupid and illogical. But I can see the right wing buying into that because I find the fucking right wingers stupid and illogical. And I also find the left wingers who buy into this line of crap also to be stupid and illogical, not, woke as we think they are, or as they think they are. So, old Josh also went on to state that men turn to pornography and video games because their inherent masculinity has been criticized. Really? Is that the case? Well, that's an odd thing, because women look at porn too, and gay people look at porn. My friends used to have gay porn parties. And Josh Hawley's whole assertion that we're trying to reshape America is probably true. A little reshaping wouldn't hurt this country, and a little less emphasis on men being the superior sex wouldn't hurt this country either, because they're not the superior sex, okay? Let's just get this straight right now. These are the same people who want you to believe. I have a really rather conservative co-worker who also thinks that women who go to men's apartments are asking to be raped and sexually harassed. We still have all of those inherent male attitudes here. We still have the male attitude that that men who fuck around on their wives, do that because, hey, they're men, and that's what men do. But women who, may have an affair outside of their marriage or who actually have sex, my God, if they're single, are whores. All of those old-time male-dominated attitudes still exist in America in a big way. And you know what? No, a woman who goes to a man's apartment for a drink or to have dinner should not expect that she has to put out before she leaves. That is an antiquated attitude in America that I would like to see go the fuck away. The only way that goes away, though, is if men are held accountable for their actions, and they're really pretty much not in many respects. So I'd like to just tell Josh Hawley that he can shut the fuck up and go check out a bra for his man boobs. That's number one. I didn't mean to insult his masculinity. Oh, not much. Yep, I hate, he's one of those guys that, I actually can honestly say that I loathe on a daily basis. Number two, at the risk of maybe irritating some of my left-wing colleagues by saying this, I'm tired of hearing about the argument over people's free speech rights. I'm going to pull up something here. Last night, or yesterday, Yeah. Okay. So yesterday, while of course, stumping for one of their colleagues, his name is Anthony Sabatini. He had a Halloween campaign rally. That's a good thing because he's a right winger, so all kinds of fucking nightmares come into my mind. So Halloween's appropriate. He and Lauren Boebert of Colorado attended this little rally here. And Matt Gaetz at this rally kind of got off on a little tangent about the metal detectors that are inside the Capitol, where the House of Representatives are. And he was making jokes about blowing up those metal detectors with explosives. And of course, the attendees, being hapless and right wing as they are, clapped and laughed at that because they want to understand. They want you to understand that this is normal in America. They want you to believe that doing what happened on January 6th was a normal thing. It was people expressing themselves or exercising their rights. January 6th, I'm going to say it again, was an attempted overthrow of this government. And for any elected official to be out there talking to the public, joking about blowing up metal detectors in the halls of Congress, in my opinion, is not something that should be tolerated anymore as free speech. Now, of course, Gaetz falsely made the claim that the reason the metal detectors were put in to begin with was because Lauren Boebert used to carry her gun onto the floor of Congress to protect herself. And it actually, that's not the case. Those metal detectors were put in after the Capitol was breached by the insurgents on the 6th of January. But anybody who was out there talking about tannerite or C4, which are military-grade explosives being used to take out the metal detectors, that's a sitting congressman, you've got to wonder why, first of all, this fucking guy even has a job, given the allegations against him. But why the right in this country is allowed to continue to talk violence constantly. We don't just have Matt Gaetz here doing this. We have Madison Cawthorn talking about it. We have a constant string of right-wingers talking violence against people who don't think like them. This isn't a question of free speech anymore, folks. What happened on January 6th was just a dress rehearsal for what's going on in this country. There is a constant, continual theme that is echoed throughout the right wing of this country, and many of them now Donald Trump has left as sitting congressman. Again, let me go through the names so we understand. Mo Brooks, Madison Cawthorn, Josh Hawley, Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene. There's any number of people who want you to believe that the norm should be we all carry guns and we get to do whatever we want and say whatever we want and take power whatever way we want. Wake up and shut the fuck up and stop defending their rights, because they don't give a flying fuck about your rights if you're not of their ideological bent, I promise you. They do not support the rights of anyone that isn't white and male. Let's get it fucking straight here. Their vision of America and the Constitution is that it was written for white males. This is why white supremacists gravitate towards them. They have put together a toxic brew of utter bullshit that is normalizing fascism in America. It's not just the January 6th thing, it's the whole notion surrounding COVID-19 and masks and vaccines. You know, in closing, let me just say this about COVID-19. 740,000 people dead in the United States from this virus right now, and 5 million dead today worldwide. 5 million dead worldwide. 740,000 people dead is in America, the number one country for deaths, a country that is one of the wealthiest with one of the best healthcare systems. And we have 740,000 people dead. Worldwide, 5 million is probably low because in many poor countries, they don't have either the equipment or the reporting or the people available to count the number of illnesses. So they have been undercounted in some countries. When I talk to people about a booster shot and they say things to me like, well, I feel really bad getting a booster when there's people that haven't gotten their first shots yet. In the United States of America right now, if you haven't gotten your first shot, that's by choice. I do not feel bad for you. And I do not feel guilty about getting my booster shot. And I don't think anybody else should feel guilty about getting their booster shot. Because this is all about community and protecting one another. This isn't about individual rights. This is about advancing the cause of fascism across this country. When we have governors going to court to prevent their school districts from masking children who cannot get a vaccine at this point, who want these kids exposed to this because natural immunity is better. We have governors who are seriously twisted, stepping over the line and acting like dictators. They claim to be protecting your rights. They are actually not protecting anybody's rights. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing the Bill Maher's. I'm tired of hearing the Joe Rogans. These are entertainers. When Bill Maher gets up on the stage and tells you that the pandemic is over, we shouldn't have to wear masks. How anybody can take him as an expert on anything but bullshit is beyond me. And it's not just him. I don't follow Jimmy Dore. I don't follow Lee Camp. I don't follow Joe Rogan. I don't follow Bill Maher. And I don't follow anyone else who used to be a stand-up comedian on stage that is now masquerading as a freedom fighter. At least my generation kind of understood that George Carlin was a comedian. Did he spout some truths? He certainly did. But we were laughing at him. We weren't considering him the final word on where this country should be going. Shut the fuck up, people, and get a clue. You are protecting the wrong groups of people here. Nobody from the right is oppressed. In fact, the right has been conducting a campaign to take over and make this country in its own image and likeness for a long time now. A very long time. We had the Christian Coalition. Then we had the Tea Party. And now we have QAnon and the Trump Brigade. And as it moves along, it is resilient. It is much more resilient than the people who need to push back on it. And we are doomed if we continue on this path. If you can't stand up to these people, you need to shut the fuck up. They're not the only people that need to shut the fuck up. The enablers of the right need to shut the fuck up. I'll talk to you later.